So good afternoon, everyone. In today's lecture, we will see new string class, that is string tokenizer class. Already in previous lecture, we have seen string class, string buffer class, string builder class, and what are the differences between these three classes. Now, fourth type of string class, that is called as string tokenizer class. So in today's lecture, we will see how we can use the string tokenizer class, what is the use of that, and other one, that is a collection class, which is most important, that is vector class in Java. So guys, we will start our today's session. So first I will share my screen. Yes, it is visible to everyone. Yes,
Sir.
screen is okay. So let's open our notepad. Yes. So first we have discussed what is meant by string tokenizer class. Okay, so we have already seen string buffer, string builder classes in Java. Now string tokenizer class. This string tokenizer class is present in which package? The package name is java.util. So java.util is the package where string tokenizer class is saved. Okay, so what is the use of string tokenizer? That is java.util.string tokenizer. Okay, so this is the class. It exists in the package java.util. Yes, great. So let's move to the next part. So what is the use of that class? So string tokenizer class allows us to break. What is the use of that? Allows us to break the string into different different tokens. Great. So we know the tokens. Okay, so tokens may be string, integer, then separator, operators. All these are the tokens in the different languages. Yes, keywords, these are the tokens. So we have tokens are separated mostly by the spaces or commas. Okay, so these are the delimiters. We will see that also. So what is the use of string tokenizer class? String tokenizer class allows us to break the given string into different tokens based on some delimiters like space, comma operator, like this. Great. Next thing, what are the constructors? Constructors of string tokenizer class. Which are the constructor exist in string tokenizer class? So first constructor, that is called as string tokenizer. Okay, this is the name of the class. Constructor is having same name as that of the class, and then one argument, that is string str. So second, this is the argument. Okay, so this is first constructor of string tokenizer class. That means here string tokenizer class creates the string object as per our requirement. So you have to pass the string. Okay, it's create the string tokenizer object. Great. Next, second constructor. Second constructor, similarly in this tokenizer, then specified the string. Okay, and next is a string delimiter. So string delimiter must maybe a space or comma operator like this. Okay, you can use any string delimiter. And third constructor, okay, which is not same. Okay. Only one argument is more, that is Boolean value. Okay, Boolean value that may be true or false. So this string tokenizer constructor create the string which is specified with delimiter, comma or space separated. If it return value is true, that is Boolean, it returns true value. If it is written true, that means delimiter characters are considered to be a tokens. Okay. Yes, comma. If there is a comma operator, that's is considered as a token itself. If it is false, then delimiter character serves as a separate tokens. Guys, if we write here true, then delimiter characters are considered to be a token. Yes. Otherwise, means a string contains some characters and that character contains same delimiter. So if you write the true, then it is considered as a token, and if it is false, if you pass the value as a false, then that delimiter character serves to separate tokens. Okay, great. So let's move to the next part, that is what are the different methods in string tokenizer class. So first and most important, that is has more tokens. So has more tokens method, what it returns Boolean value, guys. What is the return type? Boolean. That means this method is useful to check whether there are more tokens exist in the string. If exist tokens are there, then it returns true. If tokens are not there, then it returns false. So has more tokens method is used for this purpose. This is the first and most important method. Then second method is called as next token. So next token method, what it returns? It returns string value. What it returns? String. That is next token. So it returns next token from the string tokenizer object. So string tokenizer object is a string, and from that and based on the delimiter, we can separate the next token. By default, it is a space. Okay, great. So next token returns the string. Next method is a next token, but having different, that is you can pass here string delimiter. Okay, and what is the return type of this next token? That is the string. Great. So here as an argument there are next token. This is called as method overloading. So method overloading having different argument list. Okay, you can pass the string limiter. On the basis of that delimiter, we have to separate the tokens from the given string. Great. I hope you understand. So there are other methods are also exist, but these are the most important three methods which are frequently we have used in the string tokenizer class. Yes. Now let's take any example based on the string tokenizer class. I hope you understand this part. So let's. Okay. So just I have remove it and create one simple Java program. So first we have to import java.util.star, or you can simply, if you want only one class, that is string tokenizer. Okay, so import java.util.stringTokenizer. Okay, so next is a public class demo or demo token. We can write the name demo token. Okay, so next we have to create our main method, that is public static void main Pass the argument as a string args array of string. Great. Next thing, we have to create object of string tokenizer class. So string tokenizer. Okay, this is the name of the class. You can write any str is the object name of the object of string tokenizer. Then create constructor by using, actually str is a string tokenizer reference variable. Now using new keyword we have to create object string tokenizer. Okay, great. And pass the string. Okay, which string we want to tokenize it. So we have to write I'm RIT student. Okay, so this is the string, comma, delimiter. So space, based on the space we have to separate the string tokens, that is I am RIT and student, we have to separate. Great. Now which methods we have available, that is has more tokens. Okay, so using that you can write while. Inside while we have to write condition. Okay, then body of while, then write curly brackets. Okay, so what is the condition? That is str, that is the string tokenizer object dot has more tokens, has more tokens. Yes, if it returns true, what is the return type? Has more tokens, return type is boolean, either true or false. If the tokens are exist in your string tokenizer object, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. So if it is true, it goes to the while loop. Inside while loop, what we have to print? We have to print the tokens, that is system dot out dot println. Okay, and what we have to display the tokens. So how we can display the tokens? So tokenizer class object, string tokenizer class object, that is str dot next. Okay, so str dot next token. So what this method returns? Okay, as per the Java nomenclature, method name starts with small case letter, but if that method name consists of two or more words, then consecutive words are in the capital form. So T is capital. Okay, so str.next token. Great. So here it returns string, and that string is displayed one by one on the next line. Great. Now, first we have to complete main function here. Next, complete the class demo token. Great. Now save this program into Java program files. Give the name. Okay, if you write the public, then name must be demo token dot Java. Save it. Okay, so now it's time for execute it. So first minimize. Okay, open our folder where we have saved our programs. Write cmd, that is command prompt. So press enter, it's open our command prompt. Yes, this is our command prompt. Now compile the Java file javac. What is the name of our program? So just open it, demo token. Okay, so write demo token dot Java. So first compile it, check whether there is any syntactical error. Yes, there is no syntactical error. Then interpret it. Okay, so demo token and press enter. So these are the different tokens available. I am RIT student. Great. So based on that, we have to separate the tokens from the given string. Suppose, guys, if there is a comma operator, okay, suppose comma is there. So these are token, yes, save it properly. And again, then run it. So comma is also a token, considered as a token. Great. If there are multiple spaces, okay, so let's observe it properly and save it and then recompile first. Recompile it. Then interpret it. Okay, let's see, is there any? No, nothing is there. That means, and if the instead of we have to write comma, okay, and let's check what is the output. First, what we have to do, whenever we made the some changes, save the file properly, then recompile it and then run it. Okay, so what it gives you? So I am RIT student. Oh, how it is possible? Okay, so what is after this? What is the delimiter? Delimiter. What is the constructor? We have seen the constructor. Constructor with string, then string delimiter. If we write okay, comma, then what happens? Yes. So actually there is no comma. Yes. What we have to do then in the next, we have to write comma. That means save it, file it first. Oh, there is one problem. What is the problem? Comma. Oh, yes, it is a string. So first we have to write it inside the double quotes. Yes, we have to write it in the double quotes and then save it properly. Here, comma, okay. Then separate arguments. There is a space, okay, but delimiter is based on that. So save it properly and recompile it. Okay. Oh, yes. Now it's correct. I am RIT student. After that, there is a comma operator. So they based on the next tokenizer, there are two methods. String next token with no argument and with one argument, that is the string delimiter. So I have specified the delimiter as a comma. So it separates the string. This is the first string and comma, then another. If you write here something different, hi students, comma, hello, like this. So based on the delimiter comma, it separates it. Okay, so let's check it. First compile it, then execute it. Yes, I am RIT student. Hi students, hello. Okay, based on the delimiter comma. So this is whole string in double quotes, and there are two delimiters separated. So total three strings are there, which are we have displayed. This comma operator is used to separate these two arguments. This is the first argument and this is the second argument. Okay, so like this, if you mention comma here and remove from the next tokenizer method, let's check what happens. Save it, then compile it properly and then run it. Okay, so it gives here, it gives you I am RIT students hello. Okay, so it does not. Okay, yes, now it works. Now it works. I am RIT student. Hi students. Hello. Why this happens? Because there is a first space. Okay, here in double quotes, if there is a space and then comma, it considered space as a tokenizer first. Let's check it. Save it. First space and then comma operator. Okay. Now just check it. Compile it. Yes. And then guys, hope you understand. So on the basis of the space, we have to separate the tokens. But if you want delimiter only comma, then remove the space, only comma operator is there. Save it properly and then execute your program. First compile it properly and then execute it. Okay. So on the basis of comma operator, we have to separate the tokens from the given string. Yes, any doubts till this? Hope you understand this. Yes, any doubts? So these are the most important three methods and three called as a what? Tokenizer classes. So string tokenizer class. Yes. Okay. Next one is a boolean. The constructor, we know that it is boolean if it is true. Okay. Save it properly and check it whether what is the change. Oh, yes. If in the constructor, string tokenizer constructor, I have passed third argument as a boolean true. True means this delimiter is treated as a one separate token. So if it is separated token, so here comma comma is treated as a separate tokens. On the basis of that, we have to divide the string tokens in the on the basis of delimiter comma, but comma is treated as a string again. Okay, so that is also one token. Great. And if you write false, yes, and save it properly, again go and check it, compile and then execute it. Oh yes, if it is false, then the delimiter from the strings in the string, this is a comma and this is a comma delimiter, which is also a token. But if you write false as a third argument, then that comma operators are not displayed on the console as a tokens. Guys, hope you understand. Tokenizer class contain three constructors, one with the just string, second string and the delimiter, and third constructor with string, delimiter and true or false boolean value. Okay, so these three methods and the three two more has more tokens. Method returns the boolean value true or false. If the tokens are available in your string, then it returns true, otherwise it returns false. And next token, this method is used to return the string. What is the token? Suppose I, this is the string, first string, so this is displayed by using println method. Like that, to next token method overloading is available. Next token with string as an argument. Which string? String delimiter. We have to pass here also. Great. Yes, guys. Hope you understand string tokenizer class. Yes. Okay. Yes, you understand this, Manish?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the another point that is called as the in Java. There are different collections classes are also available. So in that, vector is the most important class. So in today's lecture, we will discuss about the vectors also. Great. So I have closed this file and open notepad again. Yes. So here, what is vectors? Vector is a class in Java. Vector class is similar to array, but it is a dynamic array. We know the limitation of the array. Array size we have to mention at the time of compilation. Okay, so we can create the static array. But guys, we always know that if the size of array is 100 elements and we have to say only 5 elements, then the wastage of the memory, okay, 95 blocks of memory are reserved and which is get wasted, and in some cases we have to reserve only the 10, size of the array is 10, and we have to save, we want to save 20 elements. So at that time what happens, we cannot save the more elements more than the 10 what is the size specified in the creating the array. So to overcome this drawback, and one more thing, array is always save homogeneous data elements together in a single entity. So array stores only homogeneous elements, while to overcome that drawback also, that is we have to save non-homogeneous data element, that is one string, one integer, float, like that. So in this case Java creates one more important class that is called as a vector, which overcomes the limitations of array. First is size. That means it is a dynamic array. Their size get increased as whenever we have to insert the element into the vector. And other one is non-homogeneous data elements we have to save into the vectors. So two drawbacks of the array classes are overcome by the vector class. So what is vector? So vector is a dynamic array. Vector is called as a dynamic array. Great. So what are the different constructors? Constructors of vector class. So first constructor of the vector class is a vector with no argument, that is default. Second one is a vector and specify size, integer size. We have to specify what is the initial size of that vector. Okay. Then third constructor, that is vector with size and integer increments. Means how many blocks we have to increment. If the initial sizes get full, how many blocks we have to add more added to that vector. Okay, so these are the four different types. Here first constructor, initial size of this first constructor, initial size of default constructor is 10 elements. Okay, that means we have to save 10 elements into the vector. When default vector, we have to create the object of the vector class using default constructor. Okay, like this. So great. I hope you understand what are the basics. To overcome the drawbacks of the array class, we have to create new class that is called as a vector in Java. Vector is a type of collections, array, array list. All these are the collection classes. So vector is also a collection class, which is a dynamic array, and we can save and dynamic array, and we have to save non homogeneous data elements together, okay, in vector. So vector stores the non-homogeneous data elements as well as it is a dynamic array. So overcomes the drawbacks of the normal arrays. by using vector class. Now vector class is present in which package? So it is also present in the java.util. Okay, so java.util package consists of vector class. Great. So now we have to focus on the methods. So methods present in the vector class. So first method is called as the add element. Add element. So add element and pass the item which you want to pass. Okay, which is always array object. So add the item into the vector. What is the vector? It is a list of non-homogeneous elements and which size are dynamically changed. Okay, so add element. Yes, this method, using this method we have to add the element of that particular vector list at the end of the list. At the end, most important. Other method is called as element add. Okay, so element add and pass the integer location. Okay, so what happens? It gives the object or element at the particular location. It is integer value. Great. Then size method. So size method, what it gives you? Size method gives you how many elements, what is the actual size of that vector, gives the number of object present, that is how many object currently present in that vector, that is given by size. And another method is there, that is called as the capacity. Another method is called as the capacity, which is also return type is integer. What it returns? Size method also returns integer, and capacity method also returns integer value. So capacity, it returns what is the current capacity of that vector, means how many elements we have to add into the vector. That's like this. If the default constructor, vector constructor is there, so its initial capacity is 10 elements. Okay, so initial capacity of the default vector constructor is having 10, like this. So capacity and size, both methods are different. Size gives you how many current objects are present in your vector list, and capacity gives you what is the current capacity of that current vector. So we will explain these two methods by using example, proper example, like this. Great. So there are, for similar to adding the elements, like that we have to remove the elements by using remove element. Okay, so by using remove element method we have to remove the elements from the vector. Okay, so pass the item or object which we want to remove. Also, if you want to remove the item from specified position, then there is also one method called as remove elements at method and pass the integer location. Okay, great. So there are other methods are also there. Remove all elements. So remove all element from your vector. Copy any array into the list, or called as a vector. Like this, there are number of methods exist in the vector class. Great. So first I have, okay, star slash star. Use the multi-line comment. Okay. Now we have to write our first program based on the vector class to demonstrate these different constructors and how we can use these different methods of the vector class. So first, import java.util.star. Star indicates in the java.util package we have to use any class from this java.util package. Great. Give the semicolon, then create the class vector demo. So vector demo is the name of our class. Now create our main method, that is public static void main. Inside that create string args array, string array. Then okay, so write the body of main method here. So first create our vector v equal to new vector. If we can use default constructor, initial capacity of that vector is 10 and that may be incremented. Suppose we want initial capacity as 3 and which is incremented by 2. Okay, if new element is added, if 3 elements are there exist in the vector v and we add the new element, automatically capacities get incremented by 2. Okay, so let's check it by using dot out dot println. Okay, so what we have to check, initial size. Great. So initial size, what is the initial size? So initial size, that is v dot vector dot size the name of the method. So what is the initial size? Initial size is 0, but because there is no element currently present in the vector. Now just copy this line and print initial capacity. Capacity is different, size is different. So initial capacity is 3, we have mentioned here, and increment, we have increment that vector capacity by 2. Great. So v dot, what is the name of the method? Capacity. Okay, so name of the method is capacity. Great. Now okay, so first save the file properly by using the any name, but because this is not a public class, but we have to give the name as a vector demo dot java and save it into the Java program. Okay, great. So now it's saved. We have already opened our command prompt. Yes. Now compile the file javac, name of the class file, that is vector demo.java, and press enter. Okay, there is no error. Now run it by using Java's interpreter, vector demo, press enter. Okay, so initial size, let's check guys. Initial size is 0 because there in the vector there is no element added, and initial capacity is 3 because we have to mention the initial capacity into the vector constructor, that is 3. Great. Now it's time to add the elements into the vector. So how to add it? V dot add element. Okay, so add element. So we can add any elements, Amol, that is the string type. Yes, we have to add. Yes. Second, v dot add elements. Okay, so guys, A is small but consecutive word E is capital as per the nomenclature of Java for the method. Add element, you can add any element. Yes, suppose new integer, that is the name of the class. Okay, and v dot add element. Okay, Idar. Oh yes. Now add the again one more element, that is v dot add element. Samir. Okay, great. We have to add the different elements into the array. One is string, and another one is integer. Okay. Now, after that, after adding the elements, check the initial, what is the size and what is the capacity. So size must be 4 because we have to add 4 elements. Yes. And what is the capacity? If we add 3 elements, okay, initial vector capacity is 3. But when you add new 4th element, then capacity is incremented by 2, that it becomes 5. So what is the V dot capacity? Capacity must be 5. Just check it. Just compile the program. Oh, there is one error. So what is the error? So there is a, I think some spelling mistake is there. So v dot add element. Okay, there is a spelling mistake and new integer. So integer has deprecated and marked from the remove. Okay, great. So already integer, this method is deprecated. So directly we have to pass, suppose, value 10. Okay, and there is another element. Okay, element. Two mistakes are there, errors are there. That is grammatical errors. Next, compile it again. Okay. Okay, it's unsafe. Because vector class is unsafe, we have to check the details. Okay, no problem. Now it's time for execution. So let's check. Initial size is 3, initial capacity is 0 and 3. Yes. If you add 4 elements, initial size is 4 because how many elements we have to add it into vector? 4. And what is the initial capacity? Initial capacity is 5. Great. I hope you understand all this. Okay. So there are lots of method exist in the vector class, but these are the most important. So guys, you have to I have copied the code here in the chat window. For your reference. Great. So guys, hope you understand these two classes in Java. One is the string tokenizer class and second one is the vector class, which is called as a dynamic array because size of that vector is dynamically changing at the runtime whenever we add the elements. That is the capacity of that vector gets changed, and that also called as a collection classes in Java. Vector, array, array list, all these are the collection classes in Java. So hope you understand this. So now it's time for activity, problem based activity. 10 minutes are remaining. Okay, so great.